Yes, we are recording. And we're on YouTube, so you can go ahead and start.
Very good. I apologize for my video. I don't know why it's not working, but I'd like to call to order the Whatcom County Fire Protection District Number 4 Board of Commissioners meeting for November the 13th, 2023. We'll begin with the roll call.
Okay, keep going. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll fix that
up. Tim Johnson, Commissioner.
Mark Land, Commissioner.
And Commissioner
Jason Vanderveen, Fire Chief.
Cooley. Thank you. Commissioner Cooley is excused from today's meeting. And with that, we'll go to our next agenda item, which is the audit exit interview.
Hey, Tim, excuse me for just 1 second, but Jason, I don't know if you heard it, but I just got like an audible alert that the recording had stopped or something.
Yes, it's still recording on my hard drive.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
I appreciate you checking.
Yep.
So I will go ahead and start as Nathan. Are you able to put up the PowerPoint? Do you have the ability to share that screen?
Yes, I'll share my screen right now.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
it looks like
Here, let me, yep, hang on, let me. Okay, Nathan, you should have the ability to.
Oh, yep. Okay, I'm sharing right now. Okay, so can you see
Chief,
that?
I appreciate your ability
Yeah.
to flow through all these tech issues. This is shows a lot of resilience. So this is the exit conference. We are here representing the Office of the Washington State Auditor. My name is Dina Garza, and I am a program manager for our office. I also, in my role, oversee the team that's based in Bellingham that performs the audit each year. With me today, I have Suzanne Hancock, who is the audit supervisor, and then Nathan Hampton, who is the audit lead, and each will be presenting portions of our presentation today. We do have the PowerPoint on the screen. That is our main focus, but we've also provided through Benita, the commissioners, a packet of information. You do not have to have that packet in front of you. It's great documentation of everything we're going to say verbally. So kind of as a great packet as you walk away or to answer any questions, right? So logistically, we'll go ahead and go to the next screen. There's a couple things that I wanted to touch base on before we talked specifically about the audit. These are things that we try and talk about or take pause for each meeting. So some may look familiar from last year, but want to make sure we're keeping updated on what's going on with our office. So the first that you can see on the slide is the value that we see of having meetings like this, and why we appreciate so much that you've invited us to be part of your meeting today is to talk about the audit results. We want our results to matter. We want them to have impact, and in a couple different ways. One is that we want you and your public to be able to rely on them. One of our vision statements is to have an increased trust in government. We saw a lot of great government in all of our interactions, but especially in this year. And we want to just really support that message that you're telling voters as you go towards levies or whatever the case may be. The second is that we are a fully independent operation. We want to make sure, though, that as we're doing that we're transparent in everything that we're doing. So if you have any questions that we can answer, anything we can go into further detail, we want to do that. We also offer that openness to the public. So they are allowed to submit questions or reach out to us through our website. And so we want to make sure that we're all talking about the results so that we're on the same page and giving consistent answers. And the third is that we really just want to continue to support what you and all the staff that you represent are doing. So we have a goal of improved efficiency and effectiveness. We want to make sure that we're sharing what we're seeing around the state. We're sharing maybe recommendations that are specific that could help polish the controls that you have in place, or just to support the validity of the controls that you have and be able to validate what already is there. One of the things along those lines, and something that I'd like to share today is actually on the next slide. And specifically that's surrounding our cybersecurity and our more recently created cybersecurity checkup programs. So these are part of the kind of more proactive side of our office called the Center for Government Innovation. They are fully free resources. This is something that's funded through an initiative that we have through the state. And so just looking for ways that we can help support governments such as yourself. You may be familiar with some of the different fast or financial statement checklist tools or segregation of duties guides that we have. And this is along that same line, but specifically overseeing the cybersecurity side. Unfortunately, governments continue to be attractive targets to external parties. And so we're trying to see what we can do to help. These free cybersecurity checkups are on the similar line of our more in-depth cybersecurity audits, but often because of the state funding, those take a couple years on a waiting list. These are fast, free self-assessments that you work through with a knowledgeable employee of our office to see what kind of areas of vulnerabilities there might be and try and help identify what are the next steps that you can take or what might be some best practice suggestions. So these were just announced probably mid of this year. And so I'm really excited to be talking about them and sharing information. And if anybody is interested or has questions, you can definitely reach out to me or the contact information for the center. They're going to have probably the best answers. So just wanting to share what's going on with our office and some of the new tools that we're sharing right now. And so with that, I would love to go and hand it off, and then we will talk about why we're all here today, the audit that we performed.
Hi, so before we get into the results of the financial statement audit, we just wanted to thank district officials for their engagement in the audit process. And in particular, we wanted to thank Benita for her timely communication throughout the audit process. It made it a lot more collaborative for us during the audit, which made our work a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. So thank you for that. And then going into the next slide, just the financial audit results. We conducted our financial statement audit for the period of January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022. This was just a financial statement audit this year, so a little bit smaller than years prior. If you turn to page 10 of the exit packet, if you have that in front of you, you'll see that we have our audit report, and we issued an unmodified opinion on the report of the financial statements, which basically means that, in our opinion, the accompanying financial statements present fairly in all material aspects the cash and investments of the district. So we had no issues with our audit work, and we didn't find any issues or recommendations that we can make throughout the audit period. And then also on that page, you'll see that there was an adverse opinion issued for US GAAP, and that's basically just saying that because the district presents their financial statements using the cash basis method of reporting, we're just required to have that opinion on the financial statements just to tell the audit report users that this is a cash basis district. And then also on page 7 of the report, getting into the internal control and compliance over financial reporting, you'll see that we identified no significant deficiencies in internal controls, no deficiencies that we would consider to be material weaknesses, and no instances of non-compliance that were material to the financial statements of the district. So pretty clean audit this year. And then I'll just go into the next page here. We did not identify any material misstatements during the audit, and there's no uncorrected misstatements that have been identified as well. So again, clean audit this year, very clean. And then in our audit, we addressed management override controls as our primary risk. When we address this, we basically evaluate the risk that management may not or may be able to circumvent certain controls. This is a risk that we evaluate as part of all of our financial statement audits, just a required risk that we assess. And we did not, and we're pleased to share that our evaluation showed no instances or possibilities of management being able to circumvent these controls. So this is going into Suzanne. talking about the report publication and then just the concluding slides.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Nathan. So Nathan presented the results of the audit. Again, great audit. No recommendations at all. So looking forward, what comes next? Our audit reports will be published. Probably following this meeting, we'll hit publish and expect to see those out on our website probably within the next week. Just like last year, Benita, you'll be the person who gets that email and lets the district know that has been published with information on how to access the report. Along with that, you'll be the one who receives our survey. Again, just like prior years, anything that you can let us know about what went well or any suggestions for improvements. We are always looking for ways to get better. So appreciate your response in advance. In your packet on the first page, just kind of circling back, our audit costs are in alignment with our original estimate. And then looking forward to the next audit cycle, we've included an estimated cost for the next audit. That does include accountability. We cycle the audits, the accountability audit every 2 years. So next year, the district would be up for that accountability audits. And we try to estimate very conservatively. So we've provided that number for budgeting purposes, but expect to be in that range or lower. Next slide. I think that wraps up everything that we wanted to present, but just want to open it up for any questions from any of you.
Thank you very much, Dina, Suzanne, and Nathan. I was curious, do you know roughly what the timing will be of the audit in 2024?
I would expect that it would be about the same time of year if that works for the district. Dina, I don't know if you have thoughts on that.
Yeah, typically the first 3 quarters of our year are focused on external deadlines, like entities that have federal grants and things like that. So barring any of that activity, we'd be looking at 4th quarter. I'm understanding that you're looking at some pending turnover. So we would want to take that into consideration when you have that person in space and not calling the first week they're in their position or whatever that timing may be. And so I'm not sure if that's your concern or if there's other requests we can make sure we consider.
Yeah, I think
thinking?
that sounds good, Chief.
Okay.
Give our new person some time to get acclimated.
Yes.
That's also why I will say this year has been kind of unusual in just doing a 1-year financial. And I do really want to send my thanks to Benita on that conversation, because they were the year, I'm sure she's explained to you, that she had done, wanting to make sure we could complete that audit. And then the new person would then have the areas that they had done. And so a lot of intentional thought went into that, especially on Benita and Chief's part. And so I appreciate that conversations with our office as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Benita, for your hard work on that. Commissioner Land, did you have any questions or comments?
Perfect. Okay. Then we will go ahead and close out and leave you to the rest of your meeting. Thank you again for the opportunity to present and just your participation, all of you, throughout the audit process. My information is on the slide, really just mirroring all of our contact information being in that packet that we provided. So if there are any questions now or around next audit, just we're available and open and hope to continue this great relationship that we've built with the district. So
Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you all. Hope you have a great week.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Commissioner Johnson, before too much time goes by, I would like to personally thank Benita for her work, not just on this, but everything she does. It's I don't know how she does it, but she's got huge shoes to fill, and we're sure gonna miss her, but she set us up very well. She's really kind of taken both districts beyond, so far beyond where we were when we started. And it's sure appreciated how, record keeping and the relationship with the auditor and all those things are I'm proud of where we are. And a big part of that, 99% of that goes to Benita.
Agreed. Thank you very much, Benita.
Yeah, Benita, I echo that. And I just wanted to thank you also. Looking back a few years ago, you were very instrumental during a transition, and really appreciated your diligence and professionalism in helping me and our district through that. So much appreciated.
Bye.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, moving on. Next up is our public hearing. So I'd like to open the public hearing at this time at 12:17 p.m. on the 13th. And Chief, do we have anyone that would like to make a public comment?
There's nobody in the waiting room, and we've had none called in or mailed to us.
Okay. So the public hearing is to consider the district's current expense budget and revenue needs for 2024 calendar year. So at this point, I can read the resolution that we're going to take action on today for the public record. And the resolution that you should have in your packet, Commissioner Land, is resolution number 2023-04. And Chief, I'll read down through item number 5, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So resolution number 2023-04, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire Protection District 4, authorizing 2024 property tax levies. Whereas RCW 84.52.020 requires taxing districts to certify to the county legislative authority for the purpose of levying district taxes, budgets, or estimates of the amounts to be raised by taxation on the assessed valuation of the property in the taxing district, and through the district secretary to make and file such certified budget or estimates with the clerk of the county legislative authority on or before the 13th day of November. Whereas the Board of Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire District Protection District number 4 has properly given notice of the public hearing held on November 13th, 2023, to consider the fire district's current expense budget and revenue needs for the 2024 calendar year, pursuant to RCW 84.55.120, and be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4, the district, as follows. Number 1, that the county assessor has notified the commissioners of the district that the estimated assessed valuation of real properties lying within the boundaries of said district for the assessment year of 2023 and tax year 2024 for purposes of the Fire Number 4 Capital Improvement Fund, Fire Number 4 Expense Fund, Fire Number 4 GO Bond, is approximately $3,363,271. I'm sorry. Yes, 3 million. We have something wrong there.
3 billion.
3,363,271 $958. Thank you. That the county assessor has notified the commissioners of the district that the estimated assessed valuation of real properties lying within the boundaries of said district for the assessment year of 2023 and tax year 2024 for purpose of the emergency medical services levy is approximately $3,426,329,838. That the Honorable County Council of Whatcom County, Washington be and is hereby requested to make a general levy for fire protection for 2024 for said Whatcom County Fire Protection District Number 4 of $3,329,639.24. Number 4, that the Honorable County Council of Whatcom County, Washington be and is hereby requested to make a general levy for emergency medical services for 2024 for said Whatcom County Fire Protection District Number 4 of $418,532.74. Number 5, that the treasurer of Whatcom County, Washington be and is hereby authorized and directed to deposit and sequester the monies received from the collection of the tax levy specified in Section 2 as follows: $3,748,171.98 to the expense fund. So that is resolution. Is there any further public comment on this?
No, sir. No, nobody's in the waiting room. We've not received any calls or anything.
Okay. In that case, we'll close the public hearing at 12:23 p.m. on the 13th. And we will return to the regular Board of Commissioners meeting. So doing so, at this point, I will entertain a motion to approve the resolution 2023-04 that we've just read.
Hey, Tim, I can make that motion, but then I've got just a couple of questions for discussion. So do you want the motion on the table first or the discussion first?
Why don't we put the motion on the table, Mark, and then we can have discussion.
Okay, I would move that we adopt the resolution number 2023-04, which is a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire Protection District 4, authorizing 2024 property tax levies.
Very good. I will second that motion. And we will open it up for discussion.
So just, I'm sure it's a typo, but I just wanted to make sure, because I've got two of these, and I'm not sure which one came most recently, but one of them makes reference to King County. I'm assuming that was a
No, that one is incorrect. The second one that you've got that says Whatcom County is the correct one.
Okay, and then where is it? There was a letter in here from I think the assessor that talked about this. This resolution is in response to that letter we got from the assessor about property taxes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. The county council or the county council needs to have our budget. So not the line item budget, but the revenue requested by the end of the month of each year. And that's what this resolution is doing. It's requesting that this be our budget, or this be our revenue for the budget for 2024.
Okay. Great. Yeah, that's the only points of clarification I had. Thanks.
Okay. And just kind of reiterate what we spoke about earlier, Chief. This represents the new tax levy rate that was approved this year, but with no percentage increases to the rates, basically. You kept that at 0%.
Correct. This is what these numbers reflect is the 99 cents per thousand that the voters approved in August for the fire levy and for the EMS levy. Because the assessed valuation went up significantly, the EMS levy for this next year is the same as last year. No, the district is not requesting to take the 1% for that. The revenue from the fire levy is and the EMS levy as they stand are all that the district needs. There's no reason to take any percentage.
Okay. Very good. Any other questions, comments, Mark?
No, sir.
If not, I think we can go ahead and vote. All those in favor of approving the motion, please vote. Aye.
Aye.
So no opposed, no. All right, so the motion passes for the resolution 2023-04. And then we have a levy certification that we also need to pass. Is that correct, Chief?
Yes, sir.
So that's also in our packet, Mark, following the original resolution. And is that something you need to read into the record here?
No, I believe you can just point it out
Okay.
as it's included in the packet.
Okay. I do notice on the levy certification, it has a public hearing date of 11/14. So
Where do you see that?
in the top section, in the boxes where you have to fill in the just above the regular levies box table. It says,
Oh, that's because it will be submitted. That's because it will be. Oh, okay. Yep, I see that. That will be corrected.
all right. So other than that, okay, entertain a motion to approve the levy certification.
I'd move that we approve the levy certification that's in our board packet with the corrected date of 11/13/2023.
Again, I'll second that motion. Any discussion about the levy certification? Hearing none. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, no. Very good. So levy certification is approved. And I believe that takes us to our consent agenda. So next item on the agenda is the approval of the consent agenda. All matters within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Board of Commissioners for review and considered routine and will be enacted by one motion of the board with no separate discussion. If a separate discussion is desired, the item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda by request. So the consent agenda for this month includes the meeting minutes from October 17th, the staff reports, financial report, which includes expense fund revenue for October of $765,553.00, and total expenditures for November of $9,978.20. Includes the voucher, payroll, and benefits has a monthly expenditure payroll voucher of $640 and a monthly expenditure voucher of $9,338.20. So is there any item there that is requested to be removed, put on the regular agenda?
Well, not necessarily, but I think I would note again another typo, the meeting
Yep.
minutes. I think that should be October 16th, 2023.
Correct.
Yes. Thank you, Commissioner Land, for pointing that out. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'd approve the consent agenda that's in our packet with the notation that the meeting minutes we're approving are from the October 16th, 2023 regular meeting.
And I will second that motion. Any further discussion? Okay, all those uh, approve the consent agenda, would I?
Aye.
All right. None opposed? All right, so the consent agenda is approved. And that takes us to next item on our agenda, unfinished business. And first item up there is the Northern Heights annexation. Any updates on where that process is at?
No updates, and it'll be interesting. It appears that there's going to be a change in the mayor's office in 2024, starting in 2024. So we'll have to see how that annexation application continues to proceed through the city and through the county council, or through the city council. Looks like they had a few seats change as well. So no updates at this time other than those observations.
Okay. Very good. Nothing else on the annexation. The other item under unfinished business is the Northwest contract for services extension. And
Yeah, I have not gotten anything back from the attorney yet. I will poke him again and see if I can get you a draft for distribution before Saturday. We wouldn't be able to take any action on until the December meeting, but at least that way you'd have the draft.
okay. All right. Anything else on unfinished business that's not included here on the agenda? No? Okay, moving on to new business. We have any new business for the month?
I don't.
I'm not aware of any. Okay. Then we'll move on to correspondence. Correspondence for the month. The only thing that I saw was there was some correspondence in our packet regarding an email on an insurance bill that was unpaid. I don't know if that required any attention from us on that.
Email and an insurance bill. I don't have that.
It was actually an email that was sent. I'm sorry, it's not in the packet, but it was an email that was sent to the commissioners a few days ago.
Oh, I didn't. Did that have me on it?
I do not know about that, Chief, if you're on the distribution or not. Let me see if I can. I'll have to find it. Yes, you're on it. It was Oh, I'm sorry you were not on it. It was sent to Benita from Nicholson Associates Insurance for a bill that I guess had not been received payment on yet. It was
Okay,
sent to Steve and I, evidently.
I will find out and get back to you.
That's the only correspondence I had.
I had
Okay.
one. Um, Jason, this one had to do with an email that I got, and I think you got. One of us was CC'd, I can't remember which, but it had to do with a check that we had recently voided
Oh,
involving a
yep.
former employee. I just wanted to let you know I wasn't planning on, spearheading anything involving that. I kind of was going to rely on you and your staff if we needed to do anything with it.
That is doesn't actually have much to do with us. It has more to do with the county. They've already reissued the check. It's been mailed to the former
Oh,
employee, and we
perfect.
should be good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right. Any other correspondence?
Just the piece in there from the auditor, um, letting us know about elections next year, but that's not going to be of any relevance to District 4. So,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of elections, congratulations, Tim.
Thank you, Commissioner
yep.
Land. Not much drama in that election.
Yeah. Well, nevertheless, you weren't outnumbered by the write-ins.
True. All right. Well, then we'll move on to announcements. We have the budget work session scheduled for this Saturday, the 18th. I believe that starts at 8 a.m.
Yes, sir.
8 a.m. And is the idea that this is in person again at Station 61?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. How long
Okay.
realistically do we think that's going to go?
I don't expect it to last past noon.
Okay.
And it is still planned to try to go through the District 4
That'll be the first.
items
Yep. Yep.
first thing.
District 4 will be first. Yes, sir.
Very good. I still have a conflict with that where I'll need to be leaving early.
Yeah. Sorry about the scheduling on that. Just the bulk of everybody, that's the way it worked out. So
Understood. All right. And
Let's volunteer a change of venue. Let's volunteer the Britain Loop station for the meeting. I'm kidding. Not official.
all right. But that works for you, Mark, for the making meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then the other item we have there is our next board meeting is scheduled for December the 11th. Any issues with that date?
Nope.
Works for me. Very good. Okay. Any agenda items that we need to include for our next meeting? Nothing's coming to mind immediately here.
Yeah.
probably the two that remain in unfinished business, as well as the the 2024 budget line item, District 4 line item budget.
Okay.
Is that something we're going to look at, before this joint meeting?
No, I'm going to roll it out at the joint meeting. There's not going to be anything super exciting. But I'll talk through some of what, and then we can actually do a public presentation on the 11th.
Okay.
All right. We have our contract extension to deal
Yep.
with the next meeting
Yep.
as well. Okay. If nothing else for the agenda, signing documents today works for you, Mark?
Yep, and thank you, Tim, for stepping up and running the meeting and navigating your first public hearing, and almost looks like you've done this before.
I appreciate it. It was a first time, so, as you could probably tell.
No, you did a great
But
job.
thank you.
Thanks for doing that.
You bet. Well, if nothing else, I would move to adjourn.
See you guys.
Have a good day.
Thank you.